Hey guys, it's David here and welcome back to another video. This time, we're in the grand finals of the Mario Kart 8 World Cup, which is equivalent to, you guessed it, the FIFA World Cup, which is the biggest sporting event in the world. And this is probably the biggest Mario Kart 8 event to be played so far. It had a massive hype about it at the start, but I think as soon as the bigger countries like USA, France, Canada and all that got knocked out, I think everyone stopped, taking that much notice to it. But this is the grand finals of it. I've uploaded the semis and the finals of it, but this is the grand finals. The winner of the winners bracket and the winner of the losers bracket. And don't worry, guys. If you're a bit confused, I'll be explaining what this is and what the format of the World Cup is, as well as how the UK got here. And not really Japan, because I'm not too sure of how Japan got here. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for the brilliant response to the last video. It's clear to see that you guys want to see more pro MK8 videos. That pro was in inverted commas because, I'm not really that pro. But, yeah, and also sorry, my voice might be junky and there might be some cuts in the video because I've got a cold, so I might be coughing. Somehow I've survived this long without coughing. I'm quite proud of myself. Thanks, Tyra. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, what is the World Cup? So, yeah, you guessed it, it's the biggest countries that Mario Kart has to offer getting put together, and it gets put into 3 groups of 4 teams. So you got to think of it as the groups are basically the same as the World Cup groups of FIFA World Cup. There's 4 teams in each group, but there's only 3 groups, which means and to qualify you need to get in the top 2 of the group to get put into the next round, which is the knockout stages. Now, the more observant people of you will realise that, if the top 2 of 3 groups go through, that leaves only 6 teams, and 6 teams will not go down to be 2 left, which inarguably you have to have 8 teams in the KO stages for it to make it into a one-on-one final, really. So, what's happened, it's called a wild card. 2 teams that finish 3rd in the groups can qualify if their plus or minus average or difference is lower, is the highest, I think. Is it the highest? I don't know if it's the highest or the lowest, but the lowest technically, even though you'd probably have to get into the positives, which means, like, if you win a war by 20, you get plus 20. If you lose a war by 20, you get minus 20, you know what I mean? But the person with the best one, so it'd be like plus 20, is the better one, not minus. So hopefully that's cleared up a bit in the group stages. The UK had, obviously, the UK had UK, Japan, Germany and Italy in its group, which is probably the group of death, and getting out of this group would mean a miracle for any of the 3 big teams. I think Italy was a team that was predicted to not really make it, and unfortunately they didn't. The UK, the Germany and Japan made it into the top 2. Japan got seeded first overall because of how well they were played. They got the best average in the whole, in every group, so they got seeded first. Germany in our group got 2nd, which means that UK, unless we got put in the wild cards, we were out. We had to destroy Italy in our last game to qualify, and that's exactly what we did. We had a really good game, we were on point that day, and we did well against Italy, which meant that we qualified and got seeded 8th out of 8. Which means that we were probably predicted last overall, which is insane to think to think where we are now. So, when you're in the knockout stages, everyone gets another chance. So even if you lose a game, you get a 2nd chance. So first of all, we played against seeded first, so 8 against 1. So you remember Japan got seeded first, we got seeded 8th. We got put against Japan in the first game, which is the quarterfinals technically if you're in the winners bracket. There's a winners and a losers bracket. So let's just say that we played Japan and somehow we won. We beat Japan. We beat Japan, the seeded first team, when we're seeded 8th. That's a miracle in itself, isn't it? And after that, we got put against Germany, which is another team in our group that we lost to, and we had to beat Germany to go into the finals technically. This was the semi-finals against Germany, and we beat them again. How are we doing this? I don't know. We must have like gone on steroids or something, because you know, thinking where we were now, where we were at the start of the World Cup, and to see where we are now, it's insane. Then we got in the finals of the winners bracket, we played against France. This was probably one of the closest wars I've seen in a long time, because all wars in the World Cup are played 12v12, which means 2 groups of 6v6s. This is the first room, and there's another room that's getting played afterwards, and yeah, there's 2 rooms, which make it 12v12. Weirdly, we beat France by 6. Now, if you want to go and check out my channel, I've uploaded the whole war of the semi-finals against Germany and the whole war of the final against France. Now, if you're thinking, David, you won the finals against France, why are you here? Well, this is the grand finals. As I said, we beat Japan, so they got put in the losers bracket, and they had to win every game to make it into the finals again. So we got put in the finals against Japan, the grand finals. This is the 3rd time we played them in the World Cup. Now that's probably a bit ludicrous, really, isn't it? Playing the same team 3 times, which is, you know, I think it's weird, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, for Japan to win the World Cup against us while they're in the grand finals, they have to beat us in this 12v12, and then they have to beat us in another 12v12, because we haven't lost yet. So it would be unfair for us to lose and then lose the whole thing, because we haven't lost. We don't get like the second chance, but we do get the second chance. And yeah, that's how Japan can win. Now, I've cleared that up. Hopefully that's a lot easier for you to understand. If you guys still have any concerns or any questions, let me know, and I will reply to everyone that needs assistance. So anyway, for the final race, I'm going to just go on and take the gameplay. I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about in the next 2 GPs. Hopefully I've sorted out the structure of the tournament. And so the final race is on Dry Desert. I think Mario Kart 8 was summed up in the first 2 races, wasn't it? I played really well on Twisted Mansion and got last. And I played quite poorly on Mario Circuit but got first. Which probably made me come to the conclusion, how to be good at Mario Kart. Be bad. You know, you get rewarded for not doing well, really. That's what I think anyway. This track is about item luck. If you get good items on the final set, there's a really high chance you'll be getting first. Now I say that, and what I'm failing to do is to get boxes. I get about 3 or 4 boxes this whole map, and not really many of them are useful. Now you're going to be seeing me doing strategies in this video, like fire hopping and demon sliding. I don't know how to do demon sliding, I'm going to be honest. I attempt to do it throughout the video, but I don't know if it's correct, so I wouldn't really try and set. If you comment saying, David, you're doing it wrong, mate, you're doing it completely wrong, and you're making me cringe really for doing it wrong, I don't know how to do it, so don't argue with that. Now I had a lucky 8, and I wanted to chain. I failed to chain. I went wide to back spam it because Jake and Xander were behind me, and unfortunately I hit Jake, which he had a golden, and then I feel bad now. I apologise for that. But we're in alright positions. If I look there, are we top 2 or are we 2? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're all purple Miis and we're all black Miis, except for a few Mortons, which we're Mortons. So the final stretch now. I had a shroom here. Should I keep it? No. I'd rather chain, but I failed to chain. Am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? I don't know. So now we're going into the final boxes, and I need a good box. And unfortunately I don't get a box at all. I do not get a box at all, which means I will not be able to take the massive shortcut, which saves about 5 seconds, and which should result me into a low position, but weirdly, David is that much of a genius, he can get fourth. I don't know how I did that, I'm going to be honest. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it, and if you want to see more Nintendo content, remember to subscribe to Ninbuzz. If you want to see daily Mario Kart videos, remember to check out my channel in the description. Thanks for watching, guys.